going on, guys? CFxJAB here, and today I got my first upload on the PokeMoshPit. This is versus Nick, also known as MrEevee2. So yeah, let's head off to the battle. He leads with his Caesar and I lead with my Smeargle. And I know I could set up here and go for a Spore, and then go for a Shell Smash, and then Baton Pass. So that's what I do. I go for the Spore here, and then go for a Shell Smash, which I do in a few seconds, as you're going to see. So yes, I get the defense and the special defense drop. And that doesn't really matter, since if he wakes up, I do have a Focus Sash, so that's pretty good. And luckily for him, he does wake up and he goes for a Brick Break, and that's going to bring me down to my Focus Sash. And right here, I was really crossing my fingers, since if he misses a move or withdraws, which he does, luckily for me, I could go for Baton Pass and maybe go for a Sweep. So right here, I Baton Pass it to my Head Spin, which is my Hitmontop, and he withdraws here, I don't know why, and switches out into his Gyarados. And over here, I go for a Fake Out, and that's going to do a lot, because he has the Intimate, and I do get the attack drop, so that's pretty awesome. And I go for the Stone Edge, and that's going to take out his Gyarados, since it's super effective, obviously. So right here, switches out into his next Pokemon, which is Ferrothorn. And over here, I go for a Close Combat, I believe. And it's super effective, so it's going to take it out. I don't know why he switched out into his Ferrothorn. It was a better idea, maybe switch into his Blaziken or something like that. But he does have the Iron Barb, so that's going to take me down a little bit. And I have the Life Orb, so that's going to take me down a little more. So he switches out here into his Caesar, and I can't do anything, so he's going to go for a Bullet Punch, and that's going to take me out since he's faster. Right here, I switch out into my Melodic, and I'm trying to scare it off to go maybe for a Scald. So I do go for a Scald, and look at that damage. That is going to do nothing. Yep, so he does set up with a Light Screen like every other Espeon, and he's going to go for a Reflect right after this, and the Scald's not going to do nothing. Anyways, he goes for a Reflect, and yeah, so pretty much my Scald isn't going to do anything, but I do want to get the burn, so I could pretty much triple it. But he goes for Morning Sun, and that's pretty good for him and pretty bad for me. And so I go for another Scald, and I think it's this turn where I get the burn. Yeah, so I get the burn here. He is burned, so that's pretty good for me. And I just withdraw here, and he withdraws, and he switches on to his Ninetale. And with the Light Screen up, I go for a Scald. And look at that damage. That is going to do nothing. Look at that. And it's super effective. Wow, anyways. So, I know I can't do anything to this, so I've switched out here into my Quetz, which is my Pokemon right here, and he goes for a Will-O-Wisp. So, I was wondering why he would do that, so he probably predicted my switch or something like that, but he should have went for a move just to take me out. But anyways, I go for a Nasty Plot, because I thought he was going to switch out here. But he goes for a Hidden Power Ice. He should have went for a Fire move, since it would do much more damage, since he has the Sunny Day and its Stab. So I don't know why he would do that, but it does take me to about half HP. So it's pretty good for him, and I do get the burn damage, so that does even more. And I'm gonna go for a T-Bolt with a Nasty Plot, and that's gonna do more than half. So I'm pretty happy about that. But he takes out my Pokemon, so that's pretty bad for me. Anyways. Right here I switch out into my next Pokemon, which is, let's see in a few seconds. Yeah, so I switch out into my Melodic here, trying to scare it off. And he does get scared off and switches on into his next Poke, which is Espeon again. God, I hate that thing. And I go for a Scald, and that's not going to do anything. But he's going to get the burn damage. And the Light Screen wore off, so I was thinking here, maybe I could switch out into my Caesar and go for a Bullet Punch. And he does get scared off here, because the Reflect wears off. And if I go for a Bullet Punch, I'm going to take out his Espeon. So right here he switches out into his Blaziken, and I predicted that switch, so I go for a Swords Dance, and turns out it's pretty good for me. And I over-predicted here. Well, actually didn't. I predicted really well, since he goes for a Swords Dance. So I predicted his prediction. So anyways, he goes for a Swords Dance, and right here, I thought maybe I could get off a Bullet Punch and take it out, and I do, because I got a crit, so that's really lucky for me, but really unlucky for him. And I don't know why he was using Blaziken, since it's Uber now, but I guess he forgot or something like that. Anyways, doesn't really matter. And I go for a bullet punch right here, and that's gonna take out. Oh, it actually doesn't take out his Ninetales, and he goes for a flamethrower, and it's gonna take me out. So that's. I think he could have killed me twice if I had two Caesars. Anyways, he gets really lucky and kills off my Caesar. So right here, I switch out into my Gengar, I believe. Yes, I do, and I could pretty much go for a Shadow Ball and take it out. So that's what I do. Or I could have went for a sub, but that's I don't know. I could have with the flamethrower. You could have pretty much broke my sub. But anyways, I go for a sub here, trying to take the Psychic, and I do with the sub, and the sub's gonna fade obviously. So right here, he pretty much can't do anything, and he's just gonna run. So that was a good game. Hope you guys enjoyed, and don't forget to check out my channel.